Hello, everybody. Welcome to Echo Underground. I am Shanique.
This is Mike.
And on this podcast, we talk about music, movies, and
whatever the hell we feel like at that moment. We kind of do this week by week. Not really sure if there's a pattern to it yet, but listen to the lady. We do movies and music and stuff. Welcome to the podcast.
Before we get into it, we're going to hit us up on Twitter, Echo U Podcast. We do read it, and retweet our videos and everything. Get the word out. Let everyone know we're here. We got our number one fans.
Fucking weirdos.
So, today's episode is going to be, for the first time ever, a re-entry in the same year.
I think we've done one before, haven't we? Drake.
Yeah, but we never did two Drake albums.
Oh, okay, in the same year. Yeah, true. You're right.
Well, in one podcasting year, because we started at the end of 2017. But another one by Eminem called Kamikaze. Little surprise album he dropped.
Mm-hmm.
He was in his feelings about revival, so he's like, I'm gonna let y'all bitches know right quick.
Right.
I got this. What do I think about Kamikaze? Good points. I love the beats. It's very more hip hop, not as pop as his previous albums, but still solid. Production wise, good. His raps are really good. There's not a bar I really hate. Maybe like one or two songs I didn't particularly like, but the topic was so good that I didn't mind. There wasn't really any cons for me, really, so I'm gonna give this album a solid A. There was so much good stuff. It's not A+, but it's definitely A, and this is a better album than Revival, and a better album in general that he's come out with in the last couple of years, so Kamikaze, all day. What about you? What do you do with Kamikaze?
I thought Kamikaze was definitely on the more aggressive side. He had a lot to get off of his chest. He did like a lot of name dropping in this album. A lot of things to get off his chest about Revival. A lot of things about like the way females are in his life. I think it was with Normal or whatever it was, or Good Guy or Bad or Nice Guy, whatever it was.
Those three.
Yeah, those three pretty much. I'm like, oh, nice. Well, clearly he had a lot to say. And he didn't fluff the album out. There are some weird little skits here and there, but it's a pretty dope album. However, there's only I think a couple small notches where I wasn't really with the beat. I think a small spot where even though the song content was good, there was some Eminem singing, and I think the beat for that song also wasn't really flowing with me too much. But all in all, I'll say I love this album way better than his recent works. This one. Whenever you hear Eminem on his aggressive side, when he got some shit to say, I'm sorry to say it, but when he's beefing with someone, he raps better.
When he's angry, not even just beefing.
Yeah, for real. When he's angry with someone, he had a lot going on for real. So you know what? It's a pretty dope album for real. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a B+.
Okay. I'm probably one of the few. I thought Recovery was a good album. I think the only one in the last few years that I really, really didn't enjoy was Relapse and Revival. Those are the only two. But it depends on if you like the pop beats. So, my number 3 is Not Alike, featuring Ross the 5'9". First of all, I love that he made fun of basically modern rappers with their flow. I love that he mocked it. He did a lot of that in the album. And you got the audience rocking their head to it, but he's being a dumbass with it. So I did like that. Ross the 5'9" opened up the song, and he did a really good job. There was a weird beat switch at the end that I wasn't particularly fond of, but I still really loved the song. This is the song where he dissed MGK. It wasn't as hard as people made it seem. I don't really think he went as hard as anyone. He was just talking about what he was thinking in that moment. Let's see. The beat is really good. Ross the 5'9" was really good. This is basically Eminem let him shine, and then Eminem's verse was really good, and I love the beat on this. So yeah, Not Alike. Is Not Alike in your top 3? Okay, then go for it.
Now, Not Alike I thought was dope because we just did a Ross the 5'9" podcast, so definitely check that one out.
Book of Ryan.
And if you listen to that podcast, you know that this guy is putting out quality. He came onto this song and put down some quality. Now, it was really good. His part was really good. Eminem's part was really good. I was pretty much just here for the MGK disc, but it doesn't seem like it was as strong as a disc that people hyped it up to be. However, I do know that this was the song where he was like, Yo, motherfucker, don't talk about my daughter like that. I don't know what the actual context of the beef is right now, but it was interesting. I don't even know what MGK's like I said, I don't know the context. I don't know what MGK said in the first place. I don't know if he has a track himself, but I'm like, yeah, MGK is not in Eminem's tier. So I mean, that's my opinion. Maybe yours is different. Even though I'm pretty sure that's kind of objective at this point, but whatever. The song's actually still pretty dope, guys. Like, it's definitely something to see if you like, Bad Meets Evil. Cool little, throwback to that. So yeah, pretty dope.
Yeah, and like another thing, like Not Alike wasn't really about MGK. So
Yeah.
I'm surprised people are like going as hard about it.
It was a drop in there about it, right?
Yeah, he had like maybe 2 lines dedicated to him.
I mean, a little more than 2 lines, but
No, it was like 2. He said the Water Gun Kelly line, and then he said something about talking about Haley, and that's it. So it was like 2 lines. He didn't get a whole song, but it's basically saying like, y'all niggas aren't like us. We are better than you. Even on my worst day, I'm still better than you. So I kind of like the cockiness of it, and I did like that he mocked drill music because it needs to be mocked.
I'm just surprised because, like, after you drop Rap God, there's nothing else you need to prove, in my opinion. I'm sorry. I'm not even just saying that because he rap fast, but because, like, Eminem has the accolades. He's been around for a minute. He's proven himself.
He's been around since the 90s, so like 3 decades.
He's had his ups and downs, yeah, but this dude drops quality. He is, like, by nature also a battle rapper, so it's like, don't try to see him, yo. He's hit all the ranges already, yo. That's just me.
No, he's one of the greatest.
Mm-hmm.
He's a GOAT. Yeah. When he doesn't even need to drop an album after this. He can just sit back and relax, unless he owes the album, so his record label. You never know. But he just needs to sit back and relax, and I thought it was actually a fun track. What is your number 3?
Now, my number 3 is weird because obviously I haven't seen the movie yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Venom. I think it's a good little soundtrack that they did a really good job of, like, tying in a whole bunch of, like, Venom universe kind of things into the song. Like, he's talking about Eddie Brock. He's talking about, like, the way the symbiote feels inside of him, inside of his skin or whatever. I thought it was really cool. It did sound like it was meant for a soundtrack and not necessarily for an Eminem album. However, me separating the two, they actually sound good. Actually sounds good by itself. Because I'm going to watch the movie, I'm going to hear it, and I'm going to be like, oh, shit, that sounds great. Because if I heard, like, the Black Panther soundtrack by itself or any other soundtrack for that matter, I'd have been like, yo, this is still dope. And I think Eminem's still pretty much hit on the nose still. Definitely more of a rock vibe in the background as well, too. But I think it kind of makes sense for the actual movie, too. So kudos to Venom and Eminem.
Yeah, so Venom was actually a pretty solid track. I do agree it does sound like it's supposed to be on the soundtrack. But if you listen to the words out of, like, the Spider-Man reference, it does work with what he's talking about on the album. So I was completely fine with it being on this album. Alright, so my number 2 is The Ringer, which is the opener of the album. This is basically him, quoting Eminem, raping the alphabet. Like, he is doing what he does best. He's rapping. It's such a solid beat. It's very aggressive as an opener. He does the start-stop flow a lot, which is to basically make fun of the rappers, kind of like how J. Cole did on his album, KOD. Check that out, too. The beat was good. He talks about, yeah, I'm not a fan of Lil Yachty. Not dissing, but no, not for me. And he talks about his hatred of mumble rap, how he's frustrated with the state of hip hop. He also he even makes fun of Gucci Gang when he says random shit.
Part of his song actually sounds like it, right?
Yeah, and it was just to mock Lil Pump flow, and I enjoyed all that together. It's probably one of the longest songs on the album, but it's a great opener. So yeah, that's my number 2. What is your number 2? Oh, what do you think of The Ringer? Unless it's in your top.
That's my number 1.
Okay, well, take it away then. Talk about it.
Sure. Well, The Ringer. This guy, I thought Not Alike was going to be the song where, he drops the disses. This is the one where he just name drops everybody. Mm-hmm. If you're not doing your job in hip hop right now, Eminem just let you know at the front door of his album. Now, coming into this, I knew that Eminem. I heard in the grapevine that Eminem was, he had a lot to say about the state of hip hop and, the different kinds of rappers out there. I mean, don't get me wrong. I feel like if you're gonna call it mumble rap, sure, it's gonna be a different brand of rap or a different brand of hip hop. But you can't be a mumble rapper saying you're the best rapper of all time. And but like I said, okay, don't know where I left off. We had some technical difficulties, but anyways, yeah, he was pretty much saying mumble rappers, y'all are all garbage. He did a lot of name dropping, and one of the most aggressive opening to a rap album that, to me, is probably one of my favorite things about aggressive rap albums. Like, as soon as the album starts, I want to hear the shit you gotta say. Like, set the bar for the rest of the album, which he did a really damn good job of. And the entire time the song was going on, like, granted, I think the part of the chorus was a part of um, I don't know, the little pump thing he was doing, which, even though it sounded like Lil Pump, like, Eminem made it his own corny, funny way, which actually I kind of jammed to anyway. But like his bar is probably the strongest part of this. The beat was really damn sick. Now, this one is probably the one I put as flawless on this entire album.
Okay, so what do you think my number one is?
I want to say Lucky You.
Nope, it's The Greatest.
Really?
Yes, it was close. Lucky You used to be like in my shit, but The Greatest to me is the best song on this album for a couple reasons. One, he came in hella hard. His flow was really good. His rapping was amazing. He touched on some real stuff. Like, he talks about setting the bar so high that who knew platinum sales could be failing. Mm-hmm. He talks about that. He talks about, he makes fun of, like, a lot of songs on this one as well. The chorus is my favorite part. He shouts out Kendrick and J. Cole and say, hey, unless...
They're the only real ones out here, pretty much.
Yeah, basically. Logic, too. He did say Logic.
Yeah,
he did mention
right.
Logic.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cocky song, but he's also talking about some real shit. And he talks about, like... I do think there's some moments where he's in feelings like, oh, you just missed my bars. You don't understand, yada, yada. But... he has a lot of good things to say, and is, again, another reflection of, one, people's perception of his music, two, the state of hip-hop, and three, he does actually big up some younger artists than him, so I did like that. The Greatest, and also, to me, had the best chorus on the entire album. And the beat's sick.
Really?
Yes. Okay. I love The Greatest actual chorus. It's funny. Like, it's Eminem funny.
Yeah.
And because, to me, it was catchy, that's why I really like it. What do you think of The Greatest?
I'm only going to put it out there because this comes from a guy who would like songs like Ass Like That from Eminem back in the day. So I'm like,
the way you shake it.
I have no grounds to say that I don't like a certain chorus by Eminem, but this chorus, it was hit or miss for me, and it was more on the miss side. But outside of that, I did like the rest of the song. If Ringer was about why everyone else sucks, this song is about why he's great and why there's a small pool of actual great rappers up there with him, who about to like take over. Now I thought his bars in this one were great. Still a little bit on the aggressive side, but not like aggressive as in like I'm yelling at you because you suck, but aggressive as in like understand where the quality's at. I still got it. Not a lot of times do you see Eminem coming out there just saying like, yo, I'm really the fucking best at this. Because normally he already noticed so well that he saves his energy and just raps well. Because, hell, he had Rap God. I already spoke up to Shanique about that. And I was like, yo, fuck it. I can just rap about whatever I want to rap about. But yeah, Grace was pretty dope. I do like that song. I do like the context of it all in contrast to The Ringer. So yeah, pretty dope song.
Okay. Well, since Ringer was your number one, I'm going to guess your number two.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say, I think it's Lucky You featuring Joyner Lucas.
Lucky You is my second number, blah, 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 blah. My number two. Anyways, this one, do you guys like Twista? Do you guys like when Ja Rule raps at 500 miles an hour? Then I have the song for you. This song is a little bit hard to keep up with because these guys are purposely rapping at a speed that your ears can't keep up with. I did keep up a decent amount of the song, and it's still pretty damn good. I think they both did a really damn good job. I don't know that much about Joyner Lucas, but every time I do hear him, I hear something good. So probably another guy to keep my eyes on, to be honest. Maybe you might see him on this podcast eventually. Who knows? But yeah, this song was really good. These guys are rapping their asses off, and I don't really know what else to put on top of that. They just did a really damn good job of it.
Yeah. Joyner Lucas is also one of the new school rappers that I believe are actually good. So props in for that, because you probably wouldn't be on this album if Eminem didn't believe you were good.
Yeah.
It's such a good collab. He gives Joyner Lucas the first 2 minutes of the song, and he does it really well. He has really good punchlines, both of them. Basically, the song talks about lucky you for hearing my shit. He talks about appreciation for writing your own bars. He's like, fuck ghost writing. He talks about, again, this is more about frustration with the industry, but I do really enjoy this collab. So, next one, Normal. Normal for me, I didn't like Eminem singing on this.
Yeah.
I didn't particularly enjoy his singing, but it didn't ruin the song for me. This woman on there that they sampled, not my favorite. But he's basically, this song is talking, it's kind of like I don't want to say irony, but he's talking about a very toxic relationship, potentially his wife or whatever girl he was messing with, and basically saying, oh, she won me over when she tried to run me over, which I'm like, that's a bad sign, though. It's like,
yes, man, that's what he into, you know?
No. You should not be into that. If a woman's trying to kill you, go the opposite.
Don't tell this man what he can and cannot. Like, okay.
Okay, fine. When she kill him, then hey, you know what? He gonna be happy.
Yeah, he'll find that sexy too.
He gonna find it sexy dead. Hey, whatever you're into, but I'm not into that. So he talks about that, and I think he's trying to make it fun of it. He says, "I love you, but I hope you fucking die." Like, I don't know what woman he's talking about and what she did, but they have a fucked up relationship. It's a very interesting song when you actually listen to the lyrics. What do you think of Normal?
Normal was pretty cool. Wasn't with the singing either. It's crazy too. I thought about it, and not too often does Eminem, well, honestly, like, super joking about it, ever, like, make a song about, like, straight up rapping about, like, a relationship or a female in particular. I mean, don't get me wrong, he does do it, because, like, he collab, yeah, he did that one, and the one he did with Rihanna and all that. Like, he actually does get into some stuff, but this one is like, it's just a rarity for me, at least, to see it. Like, he comes out once in the blue moon with it, then disappears with that topic, then comes back again. I don't know if it has some kind of relevance to do with what he's going on with him today, but whatever, it's fine. The song was actually pretty good. Shanique might not have been a fan of the female on this one, but I think she's passable. Not a standout to me, but I think my biggest complaint mostly comes from Eminem singing than hers, really.
Yeah,
so.
That singing was bad. Next one, Stepping Stone, which is probably the most personal song on the album. Besides, maybe there's one more that might be, but it's basically about the fall of D12, and he talks about how it was over when Proof died. He talks about, I didn't mean to use you guys as a way to move up in the hip hop world, but that's what happened. And we have to be grown men about this. Yeah, we still cool, but the D12 ain't never coming back. Which no one thought that. Like, I never was like, you know what I want? D12. Bizarre. And yeah, well, what? That's D4L.
D4L. Never mind. My bad.
Disrespectful.
My bad. That's my L. I forgot.
My band, man. If you're gonna think of a song, my band. Yeah.
The name of my band.
He talks about using D12 to improve his career, and he apologized for all the mistakes he made, and that he did things wrong, and it's very personal. And while I wasn't waiting for a D12 album, I think I like that he addressed it, because he's like, I gotta speak my truth, and this whole album was about that. So yeah, Stepping Stone. What do you think of it?
I agree with you. Like, it was definitely something that also need to get off his chest, but not so much in an aggressive way where, like, he's yelling at someone or hyping someone up. This is more like an apology song. Like, I hope that's not what it looked like to you guys. Life turned out this way. He did a good job with this song too. He covered a lot of different areas. I actually learned a lot. I didn't even know what was going on. I don't really keep up with, like, D12 history like that, for the fact that, maybe there's some salt there at some point. I didn't even know all that was going on. It was an educational look into whatever the hell that was, though. Because I sure the hell was confused when he said, I didn't mean to use you guys as a stepping stone. Because I was like, I thought everything was mutual and hunky-dory. I like D12, yeah, but I didn't really see, like, any kind of fallout from Eminem leaving. Even though I technically should have, because I didn't really hear about D12 after the fact, but still.
Yeah. Next one, Kamikaze. Kamikaze's kind of fun because again he's making fun of rappers' flow by imitating it. It's very catchy. Oddly enough, I was like bobbing my head to it and singing the chorus without really realizing. He talks about his issue with critics, saying they don't really know shit and they should sit their ass down. He's saying, yo, you don't want this. Leave me alone. You should have left me alone. I like they had the DJ scratching in the background. It's a very hype song, and it fits the tone of this album and the title. So, what do you think, Kamikaze?
Pretty much what you just said, because it definitely has a different sound to it as well. Like, it's kind of hard to put my finger on it. Not necessarily like a poppy sound, but more of like a fun sound, kind of. I don't really know how to name it. But like, yeah, he came at like a lot of things. This album has a pattern of he's actually talking about a thing. It's not about like, some kind of like general rap subject that falls in like the trope of like, I have something. Cause that's never really been Eminem style anyway, which I'm glad that is so, because now it gives him so much more room to like, criticize other rappers and how they do their shit. Like, maybe you guys need to find some new subject matter or something. Because he's saying, I'm going to kamikaze right into you and blow your whole shit up. Which I'm like, yeah, you've been doing that without even knowing it, Eminem. Because, like I said, if they ever wanted to like battle rap your shit, I don't know how that's going to work out for them. But yeah, Kamikaze was pretty alright. Title song wasn't super blowing me away or nothing like that, but it was pretty good.
Alright, next one, Fall. Now, Fall is one of my favorites. I love the pop sample he has on there for the chorus. I thought it was really catchy, and I'm glad it's like a single from the album. I thought that was pretty cool. He takes shots. This is a song where he takes shots at Joe Budden, saying you ain't had a hit since you slap a bitch. He takes shots at DJ Academic, telling him to sit the fuck down. He takes shots at Tyler, the Creator, saying something about him imitating someone. I forgot what it was. He also said he takes shots at critics. He says how I'm gonna have these rappers judge me when they ain't even on my level. Be on my level before you judge my shit. That's basically what he says throughout that entire song. He talks about how he ain't gonna fall because he's one of the best. Even when he don't make an album, he's still not gonna fall. Like, very cocky, and this is an honorable mention for me. I thought this was one of the best. I also like the thing he said about the Grammys, where he's like, oh, you build these artists up, you nominate them for an award, and then you give it to people that no one heard of. And, which is such a true statement. So I did like it. What do you think of Fall?
Fall was pretty cool too. Another song with a lot of name dropping. I'd also put this as an honorable mention if I could, because this song was definitely up there for me for a while. I think, yeah, it was up there for a while. But yeah, it was pretty good. I do like the fact that, he had like a specific reason why he had a name drop. People might agree or disagree, but like from Eminem's perspective, I can't disagree with his perspective on it, because, he ain't wrong necessarily. I ain't gonna get into like the personals of it with like DJ Academics and like Joe Budden and all that.
Oh yeah, Joe Budden said he's a better rapper than Eminem.
Oh, well no, but don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I can respect Joe Budden's music and all that, but I feel like as a rapper, you gotta give this one to Eminem.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely agree, because Joe Budden, he doesn't have much of a catalog. But I admit, when he spits, he really goes in.
Yeah.
So he's not a bad rapper. It's just like, compared to Eminem's work versus yours, maybe if he had more, then I would give him more of an edge.
I'm telling you, man, you need to bring battle rap back for like these A-list rappers, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Joe Budden retired, but
yeah, Fall, pretty dope song. Definitely can respect this being a single, as I just found out, because normally when I go into these podcasts, I don't know what's a single on any of these albums. But this one definitely deserves its place there.
Alright, next one, Nice Guy. Nice Guy. Eminem sounded different to me on this track. I was like, what? What's going on in his voice? The singing is a little weird. It's featuring Jessie Reyez. I'm not sure if I like her voice. She did this weird high-pitched part that I wasn't really a fan of. Like, it was jarring. But the verses were solid, and yeah, I don't know. And it's kind of funny when you actually listen to the lyrics. It's kind of funny. What do you think of Nice Guy?
Well, there's a song with the weird switch up in her singing. Like, she starts to sing off doing something else, and she's like, suck my dick or something like that.
I thought that was Good Guy.
Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, I'm thinking about it. Because in my head, for some reason, I'm like compartmentalizing them both as the same thing. But yeah, this one was pretty interesting. Jesse's singing was interesting. I don't know. This whole song was only interesting to me. I can't really like peg it anywhere because I'm like, I don't know how I feel about it really.
It was jarring.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you got to hear it to know how we feel. To like, not know how I feel about it, but find out how you feel about it. Because I can't really articulate how I really feel about this song. It's kind of weird.
It makes you go,
Yeah, like, what the fuck was this?
Kind of
it's not necessarily bad. It's just different.
I was about to say, this kind of gave me the feeling like when I'm listening to Scorpion and I heard Ratchet Happy Birthday, I'm like, why is this here?
Right.
But I don't have the same, like, this is just bad. Right. This is not a bad song, actually. It just, to me, it didn't feel like it fit on the album. That's my thing. It didn't fit on this album. Neither did the next one, Good Guy, featuring also Jesse Reyes. I think this is the one where they like suck my dick, and that part is actually pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you end up singing it and you don't know why you're singing it, but yeah. Not my favorite, and I thought it was a decent song. What do you think of Good Guy?
Kind of the same response to that first song, Nice Guy. But I will say that it had catchiness for the wrong reasons. It was catchy because it's funny and like it's really like catches you off guard. Like your brain don't know what it just went through. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with this. I don't know what to say.
All right, closing remarks. I definitely think, one, if you want an album that's lyrical, this is an album for you. It has good beats, great production, very true to form to Eminem. It has something for his pop fans. It has something for his rap fans. It's one of the best hip hop albums of 2018. I don't know, maybe this summer, depends on what type of hip hop you like. But I say check it out. I think it's worth the buy, and I think it is worth the hype, especially after Revival. It's definitely one of the better. I think out of his last two, this is better. It's better than Marshall Mathers LP2 and Revival, in my opinion. So, closing remarks, Michael?
Yeah, different sound. Like, if you guys got like one of the critics that didn't like any of those two albums, I think this is the album you actually wanted. You wanted Eminem to be like aggressive, sound like the old school Eminem, just coming at everyone hard as shit. This the one you've been waiting for, guys.
Yeah, definitely. I'm waiting for that MGK disc. Where's that? But he said he's writing it on Instagram, so I'm waiting for it. But I think we said everything we want to say. So hit us up on Twitter at EchoU Podcasts. You can also find us on any social media site for the most part, and on any podcasting app if you want to listen to us on your phone, all under Echo Underground Podcast. And we will see you guys next episode. Bye.
See ya.